right now in China, there's a huge gender gap, gender disparity. The ratio of men far surpasses women.
Right.
And that's a result of many things. One-child policy, the fact that women, girls, babies were aborted more often than men because they wanted a son. Okay, so anyways, there's a lot more men than women, and the men, it's really difficult for them to find a wife. This is what's going on right now in China.
Yeah, and literally, this has also caused other sad things to happen, like what do you call those? Trafficking. Trafficking. Women are being trafficked from like places like Vietnam, Thailand, surrounding countries.
Horrible.
Literally kidnapped and sold to Chinese households to be their wives at the ages of like 12, 13, 14, as young as that. Basically, this happens a lot especially in the rural areas where people are poor and you need to have a lot of money to be able to afford a wife. So these people who don't have a lot of money to buy a house and whatnot, then they have to resort to going to these traffickers, I guess, and basically buying someone who's kidnapped. It's just such a tragic situation there. But this is really weird. We saw this and someone sent this to us. Thank you so much for sending that in. We forgot where it was. Sorry. So apparently in this city in China, in Guangdong province, there is a city where there's so many women that each guy is expected, and I say expected, to have about 3 girlfriends each.
I think this is messed up. Think about this. So, first of all, I'm like, how are there more? I thought it was the other way around, right? So how?
Well, the other way around wouldn't be a story.
It wouldn't be a story, right? Well, the story, to me, one of the stories in itself is the fact that they're saying that not only is it expected, first of all the women who are these girlfriends of the men know about each other. So it's not just expected, it's accepted.
This is literally like hundreds of years ago in China. Or thousands of years ago, whatever, like historical China where it's 三妻四妾. It's literally you can have multiple wives or concubines, whatever, and they all know about each other. That's kind of like that almost. It's just if you're wondering why there's so many women in this town, it's because there's some manufacturing factory that they only really want to employ women. So they don't trust guys.
So these women, it's saying that they eventually get lonely, right? So they're lonely to the point where they need a mate, and they're at the point of desperation, which drives them to be like, if like they just met you, they're like, first of all, I know Mike's got 2 or 3 girlfriends, but you know what? I want to be number 4, number 5. Like that's insane. And then on the other way, guys who only have 1 girlfriend is looked down upon.
How crazy is that? So a couple of things here. One is that I think every guy in China, if you're lonely, you should move here and try to like.
I mean, you're saying that as a joke,
but I mean. The rest of the country, it's the opposite situation, right? So maybe move here if you're really... I mean, look, a lot of Chinese guys are really desperate for wives and companionship. They are. So, seriously, move. Why don't you move to this town? And even the guys are like talking, they're telling the local media, they're like, it's so easy to get a girlfriend. It's like, it's so easy.
They said it's easier to get a girlfriend than a job. You know how hard it is to get a good job in China?
They're like, you don't need to have money. You don't need... The girls will basically pay for everything.
So like not.
So before I was thinking like take them out, like whatever, right? So but over there it's literally like they pay for you.
So you get 3 times as much, whatever. Before it's like you got to buy 3 necklaces. And now 3. You not only do you have to knot, you get 3 watches.
Dude, I might move here. I was kidding. Look, we all know that in China, if you're a rich guy, like you kind of know that rich guys have like mistresses, right?
And they have names for them.
And like 小三, 小四, whatever.
Small 3, small 4.
And we even know, like I didn't know this because I used to stay at this hotel in Arcadia, California, which is a LA
we
suburb.
just found this out.
I didn't know this, but I used to stay there every single time I stayed in LA because that was where like all the good Asian food. I like that area. In China they call it Mistress City, Mistress Village or whatever.
It was even reported in New York Times that this city,
that's where like the
California,
rich people buy houses
for their mistresses.
So I was like, what?
That's what I'm saying. Like I knew that the situation was that bad, right? And now to me it's like now it's just like in the open.
Right. So I feel like people, I don't know when it happened, But China used to be anyway. Like I'm sure, I'm not talking about every Chinese person, not generalizing here, but everyone knows if you're Chinese, you know this situation happens a lot. Okay? Yeah, it's not it's just one. No. There's a lot of rich guys do this. So here now, poor guys are doing it too.
There is a thing such as leftover women in China, and people now are understanding that more and more what that is, who are not Chinese.
Right.
So maybe some of these women are like, yo, I don't want to get leftover because at the age of 25, if you're 27, which is insane if you think about it, right? You are considered leftover. So maybe a girl's 25, 26, and they're like, that guy right there might be better than the rest because there's already a shortage of guys.